Grow a Better Brain was our community day this year, and it's all about science and technology. And every year we have a community day which tries to engage our community, so our parents, our children, local companies and other schools, in really immersing themselves in whatever we've chosen that year to be. So science and technology this year was a great way to think about how we learn, which is the Grow a Better Brain bit, and lots of different things so that everybody can find science for them.
A key aim of our community day is to involve families and to support families to engage in learning with their children, and we try and make it feel like fun and something that they want to participate in, not like learning. And a particular focus of our science, technology, engineering, maths community day was to encourage dads particularly to come down and engage, but also to provide a challenge for our girls and provide a range of opportunities that would excite and motivate them to get involved in science and technology activities and to be talking about their own futures and the possibilities for them, for their careers, and finding pathways for them, and it certainly did do that.
We had over 50 activities, lots of different experiments divided into 6 zones. The Earth zone gave people a real feel of the environment, so from Clarendon College's green car to challenges around moving water, growing experiments, composting. We then moved on to our space zone with a planetarium, rocket making, then through to construction where you had Airbus, making vehicles to transport eggs, the Great Egg Race, Lego, lots of computing in our coding corner, from Lego robots through to a 3D printer, which we're really excited to have working throughout the exhibition. Then in our brain and body zone, you could find out about how your brain works with optical illusions, taste, sense, hearing, test your pulse, check how well your body's working, and a really popular thing was the dissection of various body parts.
I was really pleased with the community day. There was a real buzz, and after working on it for so long, to see all those people coming in and experiencing all those different things. And I think the highlight for me was seeing the young people who actually come from industry being so excited about what they do and sharing that with our community.
I think if we're going to really create a generation of scientists for the future, then we need to work hard to get interesting, real people in front of children at a young age who show them how they really use science in the real world and fascinate them and excite them and get them to understand that science is something real, magnificent, extraordinary, and something that they can't help but want to be involved in.
I'm very, very impressed. I've been to science festivals all over the world, and this is the first time I've seen one of this scale organised in a primary school.
I think it's so incredible today. I've been so wowed just by everything I've seen so far here. I mean, if you get the interest at a really, really young age, it doesn't matter whether you're a boy or a girl, it's going to stick with you for life. And I remember being in primary school, I think I was about year 3 or year 4, and we learnt about space and the planets, and I was like, this is incredible. And it's just stayed with me for life. So getting that excellent science learning experience at a young age, at a primary age, can really set you up for life. So it's really excellent what you're doing today.
Today's been fantastic. I've seen children from the school, I've seen children from other schools, they've been drawn in, they know that the Mead is at the heart of the community, they know that they're going to have a great experience when they come here. And they're going to be exposed to something that's new and exciting and interesting.
If you can establish a culture where children want to find out more and want to do things themselves and are not happy just to take somebody else's word for it, I think that's a very important thing to get established. And the idea that science in general should be something that improves people's quality of life.
It's a great way to share what we do as a school with the community, not just parents but the wider community, so people from other schools, people from businesses, people from secondary schools.
My role in the Science Community Day was with the Science Ambassadors, so I had a group of children, 14 children from around the Trowbridge schools, so including some secondary schools, who came and worked with me previously, and we got a kit bag out and I showed them bicarbonate soda and vinegar and said, what would you like to investigate? And in little sub-teams they investigated, and then on the Science Community Day those children came back and we set up our investigations, and the general public, the community, could come and explore, and they taught them their experiments.
Our Community Day was a real opportunity to celebrate the skills that the children had learnt throughout the year and show their parents and other children from different schools in the wider community the skills that they've learnt and what we do at the Mead.
In year one I didn't like that science that much, but now I do, because I've learned more about it and I think it's good. It was really fun because I got to do loads of sciencey stuff that I haven't done before. It made me think that science is much more funner than it usually will be. I liked the day because it was really enjoyable and there was lots of things to do. I really enjoyed doing the Makey activity, and by that I learned that electricity can go through your body. I think I might be a scientist one day, maybe, I don't know. My favourite thing about the day was everybody being there and all the activities were great. I mostly enjoyed making a smoothie by pedalling on a bike. I like science because you get to explore tiny things that you can't see, like atoms and neutrons, and I just find that really interesting.
I think you should have a community day because it's really fun, your parents get to enjoy it, or your friends, you might meet up with them. There's some really fun things you can do as well, and some things that maybe you've always wanted to do and you can learn new things. I think you should have a community day.
It's definitely made me think more about science as a career, because I'd either like to be a surgeon, a scientist or a science teacher.
I think in terms of feedback, we have an overwhelming sense of interest and excitement, and children talking about things that they wouldn't otherwise be talking about. And actually families talking about those things with their children at home, and that's the aim. So I think we've shifted some perceptions, we've opened some doors, and we've given children different ways forward than they would have had if we hadn't have presented them with all those opportunities.